Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Airships Conquer the Skies. It's been a while, hasn't it? Today's beverage is a fairly standard yet reliable cup of tea, the good old-fashioned cuppa. So welcome back to the game. Previously, we were doing some designing and fighting. Specifically, if we go over to the Airship Editor and open it up, we can see we've got the Cardinal, which was our attempt at a fast reaction flamethrower vessel. We do have a couple of fast reaction vessels, mainly the Sparrowhawk being the most effective, and one of the earliest things that we built. It's a boarding vessel though, but we want something that can quickly run up to something that's mainly made of wood or lighter, so even canvas you can make your vessels out of and just, you know, burn to a crisp. And it did actually work quite well and looked fairly impressive. Either way, we're going to do some more designing and fighting on this one. It's actually been a while since we've done any of that. Obviously, we've been playing some Airships Lost Flotilla, but that's an entirely different beast. So yeah, I just wanted to make something, and as always, we're going to base it around a particular weapon, something that we don't actually field as an airship. If we go, I've actually passed it, to, where is it there, the Imperial Cannon. Now we do have a couple of things that use the heavy cannon. Actually, let's open the design and see if I can find the thing. Just quickly sort of run through this, and we'll find it eventually. So there it is there. So this is actually no, that's the vampire. That's not even ours. So we might not even have one. No, there we go. The Blackbird. It runs 2 heavy bombards, so that's more of an anti sort of ground thing. So whether it be like the static structures or a slow moving perhaps land ship. Not that most land ships are overly fast anyway, but yeah, we've only really got one of those, whereas this thing is a preposterously large weapon. A single hit will destroy most smaller modules. Piercing damage is 144. To put that in perspective, let's just go over to a standard cannon and we'll place the cannon in there, and then we'll also place in a heavy cannon. So the standard cannon has a piercing damage of 48, so yeah, we've got basically 3 times the damage there. Almost. And then you've also got the heavy cannon, which is 120, so it's not actually much bigger than the heavy cannon. It also has a almost double the reload time. Its fire arc is actually a bit bigger, strangely. I don't know why that is, but yeah, anyway, it also requires 4 crew members. So getting this thing to actually fly is going to be interesting. It requires metallurgy, which is only tier 2, so it's actually quite a low tier of tech. I love the sort of gantry crane they used to have to put the shells into this one. You can understand why it is like it is. Anyway, so we need to make this thing fly. I don't really need a huge service ceiling, but I want something quite respectable. 150 would be a nice amount, but we'll see. I don't want this thing to be too expensive. It's already 731 single module. So yeah, let's go over to lift. It's like relearning the game again. We could use some of these large suspendium dust tanks. If we were to place one, like, say, underneath, what would that look like? It would look fairly preposterous, but you know what I like the idea of? Having everything sort of hung down from a gantry, maybe. And these are going to be, well, let's see what we get on with. It's a large suspendium front, and flip it around and that there, because these are not like overly expensive. So the idea is, as I said, we're going to have a sort of gantry that sort of drops down a bit. And because of that, we don't need any coal for this. Actually, does it require coal? It might require coal. It does not say it requires coal, so that's all good. It will require, however, some resources, and I'm going to go with an ammo store. I'm going to go one there and one there, and the reason for the gap is I'm going to put a fire extinguisher in between, and then probably do I have a door in between that as well? I don't know if I need one. Propulsion, I don't know what we're going to use. Probably, again, something quite low-tech. Yeah, we'll see. Basic, we're going to have a corridor. I don't need a corridor with ladder, I don't think, because there's ladders all over this thing, as you can probably quite clearly see. We don't have a fire point because, like I said, I don't think we're going to use one. In terms of armour, it's currently wood. If we were to go with steel, what would that look like? I mean, it would look like steel, but how heavy would it be? I don't know. I'm going to connect everything up just as a matter of course, so let's just go with struts here. And we don't need it to be accessible. It just needs to do something like that. So that does connect up. It says minimum crew of 4, but we haven't put a lot of other stuff in. We've got no propulsion, it needs more supply hatches, and can't give commands. So, you know what? I think keeping it simple is the way forward. Armour-wise, let's go with steel armour. What would that look like when we fill it? 310 metres service ceiling is really good. What about heavy steel armour? That would be really good as well. Still 273 service ceiling. So I'm thinking, which is a dangerous concept, maybe we can perhaps, I don't know, maybe remove this and remove that and then have it like this. That's still 153 meters service ceiling. Obviously that'll go right down once we put on some of the other stuff, but you know what, I think that might be doable. Let's see what it looks like when we connect it up. Stuff like that, and I think we're going to have to go a bit further forward, maybe like that, because obviously we have to fit all of the other stuff in as well, and fire extinguisher goes there, and this comes down, but it's not going to go down to there, I don't think, because all of the gap will be filled in. So 153 meters, to put that in perspective, let's see where our herring gull is, because that's our high-level bomber. It is service ceiling of 223 meters, so this has actually got a higher service ceiling than our bomber. Obviously we're not yet done, but still. So we need some propulsion, so I'm going to go propulsion, and I mean, I'm very tempted just using a, what have we got? Dow sail, gaff sail, junk sail, lantern sail. I mean, would a sail on the top there work? It wouldn't, because of, yeah, reasons. I mean, you can actually place it on the bottom like that. Can you flip it upside down? You can, so if we wanted to, we could do something like that and have it underneath. Speed is obviously exceptionally poor, but yeah, I think the standard sail actually is pretty good on the back there. Although it is quite heavy. How much is that sail? It's 44, whereas, say, a junk sail would go on the bottom, and it's faster, but it's a bit heavier, I think. Weight 120, whereas the sail on the back is 120 as well. Actually, that's better then, and it's also cheaper, so we might go with something like that. Let's see, do I want to go with that one, or do I want to go with this one? I don't really like that. I think we're going to go with the junk one and put it right in the middle. Okay, let's see. You need a couple of crew to control the rigging of that one. And we're going to go with command and crew and quarters. And the quarters are going to go in here, like so. That's crew of 12, recommended of 10. We're going to go with a cockpit, which is going to go in here. And then what else do we need? It says needs more supply hatches, and then that would actually be it. Wow, that does surprise me. Okay. So we don't actually need it to hang down like this. We could I mean, that is just a total cosmetic thing. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but we might as well do that and make it a bit cheaper. Yeah. Okay, and what are we still on the good armour? Yeah, heavy steel armour would give us service ceiling 186 metres, whereas steel armour 219. That's okay, as long as the bomber can't get massively above us, 206, no, so, oh sorry, I was looking at the speed, 333 metres. No, that's the Cardinal. Hang on, let's find the bomber. Herring gull, 223. This one is 119. Reasonable, reasonable. What else do we need? We need resources, and we're going to go with a steel supply hatch. One there and one there. Actually, I only need the one. Wow. Okay, so it's just going to be basic. It's corridor with ladder. Corridor with... so you can't connect up that way. No, you can't. Alright, well that's going to be a corridor with ladder. And you can't get anywhere that way. Let me just have a look at overlays and pathing. Ah, that's a problem. Pathing to there is a bit of an issue. Okay, there is another thing we can do, and that's move this further forward, move this further forward, and that as well. And we do that because we can have... Where is it? It'll be in Charlotte ships, no. Command and crew, no. There's like a deck. In fact, it's just called deck, but it's not that one. Slanted wall deck. That's a variation of with oh, you can have the end piece, right? Oh, I see. Oh, I actually like that. Wall deck end like that, and another one there. That's got something about it. I don't mind that at all. And then on the back, let's have a standard 2x1 and have it as that. 1,427. It's got a service ceiling of 201 meters. Not great, not terrible. Speed is fairly poor. It's got no call. It doesn't need any commands every 16 seconds. Yeah, that's probably going to be the one that's going to let it down, I think. Okay. Going up to there, if we're to remove that. No, we have to have that. I want to move this somewhere where I can go up here if necessary. I could remove that and put it there. And then that one, we can do that. So you've got a little bit more access. That makes a bit more sense to me, although it's near the Imperial Cannon, which if that explodes, it's game over. Fire extinguisher. Let's swap those around. No, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Okay. That's in a bit of a danger point, but I can go there. Ah, there you go. Sometimes it just works. Right, we're going to name this thing SP... the Pigeon. I don't think we've got a Pigeon. Let's have a quick look. Don't know what type of pigeon. Save. Maybe a wood pigeon. Save. Yes. And overwrite. Good. Okay, let's see how effective or not this happens to be. So over to combat. And standard, say, forest fight. We'll say day fight. And we'll have some nice highland ruins, perhaps. And add in airship. Coming down to the Pigeon. I'm going to put it back there. And we're going to put it against something that's nothing that I've made, but there's a one there which is well, I'm 1,428 and that's 59, so it's overpointed, but you know, that'll do. So I'm going to go to an aimed fire, aim carefully, and it appears that it does not want to shift, which is understandable. And I actually jumped there because I zoomed right in. Good grief. Right, so every 16 seconds I can give it a command, and I will be doing that. So I'm just going to back up, and let's see if this next shot can hit. Remember, every 9 seconds, and there's the shell, and it went clunk and didn't take anything out. Okay, this already feels like it might be just a little bit problematic. I think it might just be you have to get lucky with the gun. Oh yeah, well we've hit the same thing twice, and they're trying to go up and over. Oh, we're losing some. Yeah, of our lift. Right, the commands are a bit problematic. Let me just move up. Oh, and they've countered that. Oh, right, that was good. See that? They're leaking. And uh-oh. We were also leaking. Right, they're coming down, and darn it, we've lost all gas bag. Although, it might have to position itself where we get a free shot off. Is it just an arc? No, it's just out. But the AI obviously does not want to get in the arc of that thing to fire itself. I think this is going to be a draw, believe it or not. Although I am immobilized. The AI is just... Yeah, it's just not risking it, because it knows that if that thing fires, it's going to fire around there, and it's going to... Yeah, it's going to go. Okay, we'll try that combat again in day, and we'll have a Oasis this time, and we're going to add in Airship, and I think we'll put it against the same... maybe the same target. Oh, no. Yeah, we'll put it the same guy, and again, we'll put him mid-ground, and Airship, and... No, that's Landship, so it's Airship. Going down to the Pigeon, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it as far back and up there as possible. Not going to put any captain on it, but we are going to start the fight and go for... Shall I just go normal fire? I think it's because I had it on aim fire, that's why it wasn't firing as much. Now, I'll put it on aim fire for now. You can see that shell has sailed into the ground there, so that's a thing. What I might do is I might tell it to move to, say, here and face backwards. There's another shot coming in, and it's looking good. Ooh, nice. So it just absorbed the shot there. It probably would have went straight through, actually. So I've told it to go there and turn round. but looks like it's not working out for me. I'm going to have to spin around and drop down. I don't think it has much of a command. Oh, that's good. That's good. It's falling out the sky. But it's once again going to utilise its deck gun, which is there. Okay, and we're also starting to lose some suspendium coming from the top gas bag there. Not that there's a bottom one, but the big one. And, oh, we've just hit their sails. Okay. And we're going to lose the front cap of the bag there. And, sadly, we can't... what I'm going to do is tell it to move there and flip. Because what I want to happen is ideally take that thing out. And it's trying to outmaneuver. So we'll go and spin it. Obviously, it's a big gun. It's a huge gun. But... yeah, and we keep on hitting there. I think that's a deck gun. So what I'm trying to do is keep out of arc of them, but also, obviously, get our gun firing. But I'm going to put it on rapid fire, I think, once we can here. So we're going to spin round. We hit there again, but it didn't do anything. Okay. It feels like we may have a bit of an issue. Oh, no, they're in trouble. They're in a spot of bother now. Okay, we might be able to outmaneuver them here. I think they're grounded. I think they're permanently grounded. Look at the recoil on that gun. Sadly, we're going to lose. Yeah, we're going to lose that. Okay. We have a bit of an issue on that front. So it's just a case now of who can outshoot the other. My gun is half health, and there's our full health. Nope, I just exploded. So they've got less gun now, so let's max speed this out. And it's somehow lost all of its sails and is now drifting. But I lost my main gun. Darn it. So that is a defeat. Right. Over to Airship Editor and Open Design. And we'll delete it because it's rubbish. No, I think there's still potential here. But the problem is that these here are not technically connected to this. They're not connected. So I want to change that up. I want to make sure they are connected. So it's going to be struts. And let's see if I can do this. So something like that. That might look okay. Or would that look better? No, I think that was the way forward. And it means that even if we lose this middle section, we're still technically connected. Save the design, and it's going to be the Pigeon once again. It's not even a version 2. And we'll leave that. I'm tempted to give it a bridge as well. How expensive would that be? Let's have a... we'll have a look. Of course, we'll have a look. Right, how much is it going to be? Commander crew. Bridge is 58. The cockpit is 16. It's going to make it more expensive, obviously. But, cockpit, removal of that, bridge. Recommend a crew of 12. I can then remove that and put in a berth. Okay, commands every 3 seconds. Now, it's not overly quick, obviously, but it might give us the advantage. Just to be able to alter our position is maybe, one of the things. Let's go with Suspendium Bog, Rocky Meadow, Oasis. I'm going to go with the Oasis in Desert Day. And Airship. Once again, we're going to field the Pigeon. It's going to field it right back here. And the airship it'll go against is, I think, the same target, which we are now more expensive than those. Okay, start the fight. I'm going to go straight with aim and fire, because obviously we're all the way back here. It feels like I could probably lose one of the ammo stores and cheapen this out. It requires 2 ammo per shot, but I don't think it'll ever live long enough to use that second ammo. Oh, there's a couple of shots whizzing by. Outside view there. Bit of damage. And, yeah, like I say, I don't think it'll ever use that second ammunition. See whether this hits or not. Nope, sailed straight past. Luckily, for them anyway, that we missed. Gonna go with the normal fire now. That's so off the mark. You could just tell it was so off. So they're going to try and outmaneuver me, and they definitely can outmaneuver me. But I can outcommand them. Good hit. Oh, and I think that's it's definitely something flammable. Something's exploded. We've lost the front suspendium. Oh, we've crashed into them is what's happened here. Yeah, we've lost the front suspendium bag, and the second one is almost about to go. Go on, just fire right there. Just look at the size of the gun. The barrel of this gun... Oh, we're going to crash, aren't we? The barrel of this gun is bigger than the entire gun of that. The barrel alone is bigger. Okay, right. The weak spot so far is definitely this thing. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll get another shot off it, and then that'll be it. Oh, hit the rear gas. I'll go for a ram. No. Rapid fire. Why would we not rapid fire at this distance? Oh, that's going to fall out sky. But they have the advantage going down. I can technically still move. So I can say go there. Engines to full power. The sail. We are slowly drifting back, but it's just going to sit there and shoot at me, isn't it? Okay. Every now and again we might get a shot off. Nah, the AI is too smart. It's moving in. And oh, hang on. We've lost command. Okay, leave that one. Airship editor once again. This is definitely an iterative process. Over to the Pigeon. And I'm going to remove the extra ammo store. We just don't need it. And I'm thinking, would it be best to completely get rid of this large suspendium dust tank? What else would we replace it with, though? A suspendium chamber. That would only be a service ceiling of 96. And we don't have any coal. It's a difficult one. You could go these suspendium dust tanks. The reason for that is these ones, you've got multiple sections. What you're best off doing though is connecting them with something so they don't just fall out the sky. And you'd have things like that. But even then, you're going to struggle. Okay. I'm going to go back to the bigger one. It is definitely the weak spot though. So I'm just a bit concerned. That doesn't work. Well, it's got something to it. It makes it a bit cheaper taking that off the back. And I'm tempted. Oh, may explode. If it explodes, overlays, explosion damage. Yeah, this will take damage when this goes up. So I don't want to put the bridge up there. Definitely don't want to put the bridge up there. So, can I move things around a bit? The answer is yes. But do I need to? Let's get rid of the junk sail and instead put on propulsion, a sail, like that. I don't like that hanging over the back there like that. Just doesn't sit well. But is there anything else I can do? Not really. There's no reason why we can't just keep the sail. The junk sail that we had. Like that. And then just sort of fill this in. And a lot of people do ask, why would you fill it in? Well, A, aesthetics, B, it's to do with the whole how things are targeted. So if there's these modules that technically can be targeted, I believe, so they'll get hit. And I think we'll do something like that. She was in a bit better shape. Oh, should we check the drag coefficient? Horizontal drag. You know what? It's actually not bad. Considering. That surprises me. Save the design. We'll do it as the Pigeon again. Yeah, let's just see about adding in an airship. Same again. Pigeon. Put it at the back. And airship. What else have we got that's around about the same price? The Vanguard. Now, I reckon the Vanguard we could possibly win. Because it's got aerial torpedoes and we can outmaneuver them. Every time they fire, you just have to move. No, I think I think sticking with this one is probably the way forward. Start the fight, aim and fire. All gunners aim fire. There it is. Something's just collided with something else. Yes. Yes, it has. It's collided with this. Why and how is that? I don't know what's happened there. But it is actually pushing the suspendium rock forward. Shots incoming, I can hear it. Ooh, it looked like it dodged it there. Dropping down. Fairly tactical. So I'm sticking on aim fire. And that's dropping right down. Every time the shot gets fired. Same again. That might have hit if it didn't move. Well, that doesn't sound good for me. There was an explosion there. Yeah, the back has taken some damage. Here we go. Incoming. That's looking good. Ooh, just clipped the rear sail. Something's exploded on my ship, hasn't it? I think multiple things have exploded on my ship, actually. If we're still flying, I'll be surprised. Oh, yeah, we are, but the back's damaged. I'm going to go normal fire. So far, we've hit nothing. Oh! Change my mind. Hit it. There's another one. If we win this, it's more luck than judgment. Because... Are we falling out the sky again? Yes, we are. Oh, they're free now. But we are definitely on the ground. It just can't fly. It just doesn't like to fly. And for an airship, that's actually a bit of a downside. Oh, got a fire going. I just not... Oh. Well, we're in the envious position now that it's right in front of us, and it can't fly either. And it's only got one gun. Okay. And they're not firing back. We've won. I wouldn't class that as a victory. Well, it is. It's just a hollow one at that. It just... Yeah. It just wasn't great, was it? Okay. Because it collided with something, and if it wasn't for that, it would have been a lot closer. Let's see. Pigeon. Back here. Now, this is never a fair test going against a building. So there's the U. Look at the amount of guns on it. It's ridiculous for its price. It's the same price. I'll place it there. I'll see what happens. I think I'm going to lose. Start the fight. I don't know whether getting closer is better or worse. Definitely don't get within the bombard range. But I think the maximum effective range of this thing is like 700. So let's see. That's already going to miss. It's going to go underground before it even gets anywhere near it. Aimed fire. And this is obviously made of stone as well, so armor-wise it's... armor-wise it's not as good, but health-wise it is. And I'd like to go up and over it, but it's also got suspendium aerial charges, I think they're called. Are we on the ground again? Yes, and the gun's gone. Okay. I'm trying to think of the positives here, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good. We have made some stuff that is quirky and very effective, and quirky and ineffective. This is neither quirky nor effective. It just doesn't seem to function. But the fun is always in finding out. Let's go against a land ship. Is there anything roughly that price? There's an elk, which is one of the best things we have. Let's go with 2 of these then. I wonder if it's just because it's the one gun, and we are fielding it, as people point out, in isolation, and that's not really how you play the game. But let's just see. So we still have a bigger gun than them. They obviously do not... Oh no, they've got the same gun. Yeah. So they've got that gun, plus the turrets, plus these sponsons. And they're moving back and forward, trying to maybe dodge the shots. I think normal fire is the way to go. one of the problems we have is that the shell velocity is actually fairly poor. Where's that one going? That's a maul machine. Look at that. It ended up around here. That's looking good. Oh, yeah, just clip the back. Okay. Well, it doesn't want to go forward, and I don't want to go forward, mainly because we've got the same sort of gun. And I don't want to fly over it because of these two flak guns. Oh, it sounds like... Oh, yeah, I could hear explosions, and I could hear trees getting destroyed. I'm estimating one of them is no longer flying. Well, actually, it's not that at all. It's just... It's lost its middle section, so that's completely out of ammo. I'm going to ground that vessel, then. Because there is no reason for me to keep it flying. And I'll go over to the right again. We'll have a look. See what damage we've caused, if any. Yep, there's a little scrape on the flank of the... I was going to call it the Winter, but it's called the Elk. The Winter was the original version, years and years ago. Oh no, we've done a little bit of damage on the sponson there. Oh, look at that. It's made a massive hole in the side now. My Imperial Cannon is bouncing right off the steel. Yeah, so against something steel, it's not that effective. Apparently, our arm isn't effective either. Oh, I just heard crunching noises. And the guns dropped a bit. And we're not firing back. And this ammo says 0. That's a defeat. Both are immobile. Okay, alright. Well, I think we will leave it there. That's been a bit of Airships Conquer the Skies. We've had a bit of an off in terms of time and this design. The Imperial Cannon is good, but it's so expensive. So expensive. The main thing is the suspendium dust tanks just explode. If we were to try and fix this, what do you think would improve it? Apart from flinging it into a bin. You could say lift. Let's go with large suspendium chamber. Let's go with a large propeller. We don't need a large propeller. A standard propeller would be fine. I don't think we need a large suspendium chamber, truth be told, but let's just run with it. Let's just talk it out. And where would it be? In resources. Resources. Coal. Something like that. It makes it more expensive. And it's based around this gun that's... Well, it's like a lot of the extremer weapons in the game. They definitely have their place. But they're more of a niche thing. A couple of those against a wooden structure, you know, you're winning that engagement almost every time. But the velocity is really low on it. It seems anyway. Could be confirmation bias, but whatever. It seems low. The reload time is high. Yes, the piercing damage is good. Yes, the splash damage is good. But why would you field that as opposed to 2 Imperial Cannon? Or 4 standard cannons? Yeah. It's the splash damage, basically. Let me put it against something wood. Combat. Let's go in... I keep going... Let's go with a hilly forest in the daytime. Airship. Airship Pigeon. Put it back there. Airship. It'll be one of ours. Hang on. They're wooden. See, that blackbird. No, that wouldn't work. How much is that? See, the bluebird with a laser is still cheaper. That surprises me. Right, put it against the bumblebee. Sack it. We are giving ourselves a maximum advantage here. If we don't win this fight, it's basically a case of, yep, it is actually useless. Doesn't help when it sails straight past. So this thing, it's got very low tech. It's very cheap. But what it does is sort of get on top and just absolutely pepper the target with arrows. And on aimed fire, we missed it by half its height. And oh, that's got a higher service ceiling than me, hasn't it? Oh yeah, that's not good. What we need to do is have one of these shots hit the Gas bag. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, do that again. Yes, Captain. Do that again, mate. Because the shots for these is straight forward and down. So, yep, we've already won. Right. We can now put it on aim fire. Like I say, now basically it can't win. But this is a very edge case scenario. Mind saying that, I've fielded these multiple times in several campaigns and won often quite definitively with them. Right. But this is a bit of an edge case. Oh, the firing. Hang on. Don't want that. Get away. Looks like it can fire up. I hate when you discover that. Go. So against something wood, you can see the damage you cause there. It's good. Flip round and fire. Drop down a bit. Missed completely. I'm backing up into this thing. Oh, don't say they're going to take the sail out. Just put the sail out. It's still on fire. Right, I'm just going to say back up. This is going down. I should put some distance between us, because that's one of the things, I guess, we've got distance on our side. Right, keep backing up. Normal fire. Ammo's still great, so there you go. See the damage we cause when we do actually hit. It's good damage. And they've lost one of their... Oh, I was going to say they've lost one of their dust tanks, and they've been hit on the other one as well. Sun is setting. Shots fired from right to left are less accurate. I mean, I'm going to go there then. I think this is a win. I don't think it can actually... Let's see, they clipped that, didn't they? Rapid fire. It's a mobile. But, again, it's going to feel like a hollow victory. Because this is like an edge case scenario. It's taking it apart now. I think it's getting a bit of anger because it's just working its way down. It's just like you tune it from the top. But look at the holes it puts in wooden structures. Well, in wooden anything. That's a victory. Technically, it's a technical victory. But we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Airships Conquer the Skies. I've enjoyed jumping back on and to building something, even though what we built is, I think, a solid 2 out of 10. It was good to at least go through the process. Let me know what you think of the Pigeon and any tips, comments, suggestions for any redesign, any changes you think would improve it, apart from putting it on fire, obviously. And if you have any ideas for designs you would like to see or anything like that, then put them in the comments. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. And generic partings.